Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm right here back with another video. Thank you so much for being here again. Today it was basically a lost day. That's fine, it is part of the game, and I'm gonna show you what happened, why we lose this one, even though it was looking really good in this potential head and shoulder on US 30. I made actually the first entry last night when the market was somewhere around this area. I was telling the team, guys, if it starts breaking or showing some signs of breaking the neckline of that head and shoulder, most likely the price will continue dropping. Okay, and I was aiming somewhere around the 33,400 level. And then this happened. The market did went down a little bit. It go down. Then London session actually was pulling back. I was telling my students that I was a little concerned about the pullback. Okay, let's see, where is it? Oh, it was just right here. Yeah, right here. This is when the market was pulling back. But the moment I actually sent the entry was right here. Okay. So I was pretty much saying, look at what I was sending a lot of messages here. Of course, the pullback is tonight. My concern is how big the pullback will be. So right there, the market was already dropping. I was already in. This was a 4-hour time frame. I know that when you enter on a head and shoulder like this, normally the stop loss should be going above the right shoulder. But in this case, because it was a 4-hour time frame, this is a huge amount of pips right now. So I was just waiting to see what the market was going to be showing at that point. So I just went to bed. When I woke up, the market ended up. Oh, by the way, I did send the possibilities, the news that we had today, which was this one at 8:30. The core CPI expected. The previous CPI was actually 0.5%, and the news for today, it actually went down a little bit, like it was 0.3, if I'm not mistaken. It was actually 0.3. Let me show you the picture. I think I had the picture somewhere around here as well. Hold on. Yeah, it was here. Look at that, the actual. So when the news came up, the previous was 0.5 and this one was 0.3. So of course, it went down. The White House was actually saying yesterday that, look at what we're saying. White House says it expects inflation to be extraordinarily elevated. In new report, Biden administration is bracing for the Labor Department's consumer price index, blah blah blah. So it's extraordinarily elevated. And of course, I was like, okay, so this is actually going to go most likely my direction. You know, if I'm on a sale, right, and the price is potentially breaking now the potential neckline, right? I was like, okay, maybe this news that were coming up yesterday, because this was said yesterday, you know, when the president was talking, and this lady, when she was talking, the market was breaking to the downside. So I was like, okay, so this could be the time. Maybe this is gonna definitely continue crashing, and it's gonna go lower. If the White House is saying that, okay, so good. That I was using that as an extra confidence, you know, feeling a little extra confidence on this one. And then look at what happened. Because the news were not that bad, the market actually pushed up very strong momentum, and pretty much getting us stopped out almost right away as soon as the news came up. And then the New York Stock Exchange opened, another pushed up, of course, because there were good news after that. So that was basically it, why we lose this actual trade based on fundamentals. I always tell you guys that you can have the best, what it could look like a beautiful head and shoulder, or a beautiful bearish flag or bullish flag, whatever type of pattern you find, and you actually think that's the most beautiful flag you've ever seen, not always is going to play it out as you want. Okay, any type of news can affect the market. Okay, today we see a big example affecting the market. After that, I decided to actually jump in on a little sell on a 5-minute time frame on Nasdaq, seeing just a breakout and retest. Right here, we're seeing a little breakout, retest of the previous area, and then showing a bearish engulfing candle. And I was actually getting in a little early before the candle closed, and I was aiming just 1 to 2, but then immediately, stopping us out as well. Look at how the stocks are looking right now. They're looking green. So the entire day, pretty much, it's been bullish for. It's a green day, definitely. After the news, it's been a green day for the stocks, and even though some of them pull back a little bit, but they are green in overall. So I did enter on Nasdaq, waiting to see this. Look at that rejection right there. I was thinking that maybe, okay, you got the you measure from the high to the low. We are touching the golden zone, right? Big rejection to the bottom, after the big news came up, now showing a rejection to the bottom. And I was like, okay, maybe the price will correct now. We'll try to go to at least at the beginning or close to the beginning of that push. And I was seeing also the rejection of that 4-hour zone. This is a very strong resistance / support in the past. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's not a bad entry. It's definitely trading a breakout. I was seeing that on a 5-minute, and it was just a quick scalp entry. But still, look at what happened. The market did played out, going to the opposite, and even showing after that bearish engulfing candle. So you see, not all the time, breakout and retest will work out or will play out well as well. So you have to understand that not all the time it's going to work. Okay. Another thing that could be happening right now, you see that big ass candle right there. So this is now this is a very strong demand zone because of that push after the news, right? So let's start cleaning some of this stuff, and now you can see that perhaps we have some type of bullish engulfing now. It's a possible bullish engulfing, not bullish engulfing, bullish flag. But let's see. At the moment, I'm just watching and waiting patiently to see what's going to be doing later on. This is just a 5-minute time frame, so maybe it's it's something there after this big push. This is a nice potential demand zone. Okay, so waiting, guys, at the moment to see what's going to happen, what the market is going to do, if it's going to continue pushing up, is it going to reject in this area. But yes, it was an actual red day in overall. Still, look at S&P 500 is kind of like consolidating inside this channel. Nice rejection on the 4,400 level. Starting to see the price looks like it broke above and is retesting this area. So I really want to see now the market starts pushing up. If the sales has ended, okay, good. Then we're going to start looking for buys now tomorrow. Using the Fibonacci, remember, from this low to this high. Look where the market is rejecting in the golden zone. This entire zone, remember, this is the golden zone. So the market is rejecting, plus also rejecting on that psychological level. And now let's see if it's going to start doing that, if it's going to start breaking to the upside and eventually maybe reaching the 4,600 level. Again, maybe that's a potential. I like this pullback. Now I'm going to wait for that breakout of the channel to the upside to go on a buy. Okay, and Nasdaq pretty much still doubting on this one, but again, you can use your Fibonacci from the low to the high, and you see we are there. We are also in the golden zone. Okay, we are in the golden zone, and unless we start seeing the price maybe creating a higher low, right now the price has been creating lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Potential, this is a potential lower high. I want to see a higher low. The first higher low, as soon as it creates the first higher low, maybe the price will pull back and fall back to the 14,000 level. And if it gets to this level and gives me some type of sign to buy, like let's say a bullish engulfing candle, oh, this will be beautiful, beautiful. Now to start, pushing up. Okay. So let's see a bunch of confluences around this area, but waiting for the market to be positioned, a bit more. I would say a bit better, so we can spot a nice buy. But right now, just waiting for a much bigger pullback. This is a huge push. Now waiting for that correct pullback, and then entering on the pullback, expecting at least the first higher low, and going with that one. Alrighty. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you that we took this L today. And on Nasdaq, well, that was a small, very, very small scalp right there. I didn't want to risk much, but those were the only two sales we had today, based on fundamentals, and paying attention also to what the White House was actually saying. So, in conclusion, this is why I don't like news. I don't like fundamentals, to be honest. I rather follow my price action. If I get stopped out because of fundamentals, fine. I feel more comfortable actually losing when I'm following my price action and there is some type of fundamentals or news coming in that maybe I didn't pay attention enough and it stopped me out. I feel more comfortable doing that than actually following the news or expecting that the news were actually going to be how they were saying it was going to be. They were saying it was going to be extraordinarily elevated. So I was also thinking that, okay, if the White House is saying that, then most likely it's going to happen. But you see that it didn't, and the news were actually a little bit better, and that's the result. That's the conclusion. So, for example, if you saw here, I was showing my students. Let's see this little trend right here. This was if I knew there wasn't any type of news. Let's say there was no news today. There was definitely no news, no core CPI, no nothing. Look at what the price was doing, right? Was in a really, really nice downtrend, right? This is when we caught the sell yesterday, huge drop. I'm very happy on that one. And hold on. So look what the price did. The price did go below, breaking that 14,000 level, right? It broke below during Asian session. Then the price started correcting and started pushing up. In London session, the price started to push back up and come back. Look, it did come back twice, doing like a double bottom, right? Touching the 14,000 level. Then it broke right here, this previous zone, this previous level. If this would have been me, and let's say there was no news today, as I mentioned, no core CPI, I would have made my entry right there. And the stop loss, I would have placed it below the previous low, which I normally do, and the TP122. I would have definitely done that because I'm following my price action. Today, I was scared on getting into a buy on Nasdaq, being honest. I didn't want it to get into a buy on Nasdaq. I didn't want it to follow my price action, and that was a stupid decision. I was because I was already on a sale since last night on US 30, and I was thinking that maybe this is just some type of little correction, a little pullback, and then today the market, after the news, it will crash, and it didn't. So that's why sometimes I just rather follow my price action. Maybe this one, it had to happen. This was, I would have taken this as maybe as a fake out, but the news can actually change the direction of this thing. Look at on the daily is, even on the daily, is still the head and shoulder looks like it's still there, the head and shoulder, because we are rejecting the neckline at this point. So if you see it this way, you might think, oh, but the head and shoulder is still there. The potential head and shoulder is still there. The price is failing. Let me show you here. So price, you got the push, pullback, right? Rejecting the 35,000 level. Price push, pullback, right? Failing to create a new high is just creating another low right here, and now bearish engulfing candle. But now this is a pullback. Maybe tomorrow is gonna be falling. I don't know. It's very possible, too. You know, tomorrow could actually be falling. But the head and shoulder, the potential head and shoulder is still there. It's just that on a 4 hour, look at that big trap right there because of the news. So there's nothing we can do here. Let's say maybe, okay, I normally place the stop right there, but that's huge. This 669 pips. This potential head and shoulder is very big on a 4 hour time frame. So I don't know. I just rather take that small, you know, stop loss right there. It wasn't too big, and you know, I was not, of course, risking too much. But still, this was huge to place the stop loss right there. I would have, even if I put the stop loss right here, and my TP is 1 to 2, right here, right? Even if I do that. Oh, hell no. Like, once, if I saw that because of the news, the price broke right here, believe me, I would have manually closed this thing and cut losses anyways. Because it's already closing. The size of the candle is already closing back inside into this level. So I would have taken this as a complete fake out, and the price is pushing up, and I'm inside. So most likely I would have closed it manually. I would have cut losses anyway. So that's why, you know, I just decided to place the stop somewhere around here. I was just going short right there with the stop loss, but that's fine. It's part of the game. I just wanted to show you that, guys. Be careful, be patient. Today, let's see what's gonna happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day, and that will be all for today. If you're new on the channel, please subscribe if you want to see all my setups or my analysis. If you want to see you know, every single day what we do, the wins, the losses, if I make an entry or not, you know, all that information I do post it here every single day. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.